Okay, I'm so happy you're back here for part two of this super potent conversation. So, I wanted to explain what Unstoppable Dream, I Am the Unstoppable Dream, where that came from. So, what happened is in winter, spring 2019, I literally received a teaching to help all of us on planet Earth learn how to care for ourselves as vibrational beings. So we know scientifically that everything is energy. And so everything has a vibration. And we also know about energy that like attracts like. So what I was given is that literally we can create like this energetic Noah's Ark so that whatever's going on in the external world has to match or raise our personal vibration. And that's the new security. And I started teaching this online in February 2020. And when the global pandemic hit, we all just looked at each other like, oh my gosh, because what was happening, the external world went batshit crazy. Let's just say it like it is. And the key was, what is your vibration around this experience, right? So then Tammy and I started talking about this journey of recovery. I'd had a woman years ago say to me, hey, this painting practice, this sacred and personal painting practice that you offer would be really amazing for women in recovery. And I felt the truthfulness of that statement in my bones. And the recovery journey has not been my journey. So then Tammy, who was one of my original clients at my art center, starting back in 1996, came back into my energetic sphere, right? And she is masterful at guiding women on this recovery journey. And together we had this kind of collective aha. What if we brought I Am the Unstoppable Dream to women in recovery? And again, like I said, I cannot reiterate it enough. What I feel to be so true is that when we experience these deep, dark, hard lessons in our life, it's because we are here to experience the contrast and then also guide others, like show others how to transmute the darkness into personal power and light. So I want to honor you on your journey of recovery, or your friends, or wherever you are, because you are badass, you are courageous, and you are here to just transmute that challenge and suffering and hardship and just, muck into your greatest bloom. So Tammy, share a little bit about like your experience. I'm curious to share with people the aha when you shared with me about there not being a new paradigm recovery model. Not to say anything else is wrong, but just as an option.
Right. And that, I think that's really important, that if for anybody who does have a recovery journey, this complements it. And then for some people who they just haven't found anything that fits, then this can be the whole thing too. So it's a beautiful complementary process. But for me, when I got into recovery, I did use my creativity to, like, I had all this time and energy, and it's like, what am I going to do with myself? And I painted nonstop. And I didn't realize at the time that I was really painting out all the muck that was in there, and painted myself into a higher vibration, because the energy of addiction is so low frequency. It is. And I think anybody who struggles with it knows, because the difference of when it's not just the substance or the relationship or whatever. It's an energy. It is absolutely an energy that consumes you. And so to be able to get out of that and do it in an empowered way, where you're navigating it, where it's a tool, and what you've created is not just the painting process, but everything that comes with the Unstoppable Dream is it's language of the soul. And there's activations that happen there. I mean, it's just so many things that happen in this process that are beyond what we can really describe with words, because it is such an energetic process. And we also have a community in the Unstoppable Dream, where we're coming together and talking about it every week, and that's where the unfolding is happening. So, there's there's the energy piece, there's the creativity piece, there's the community, and ultimately all of that, it's all tools to help navigate into a higher vibration life, where this, like you say, the old doesn't resonate anymore, so it just falls away.
Yeah. So one of the principles of energy, with the like attracts like, the flip side of that is, if there's an energy in your field and you raise your vibration and that energy is no longer like, it's no longer resonant, it has to fall away. It has to release. It cannot stay entrained. Like, that is how energy works. And just so you all know too, this teaching is in my latest book, 30 Days to Unstoppable, Be the Dream Made Visible. And on my YouTube channel, I have been reading it out loud while I paint to it. So you can listen to it for free. You can buy it on Amazon, and it's also on Audible or audiobook on my website at whitneyfreya.com. So this doesn't have to be a mystery. Like, you can access this information for free or in whatever medium you like. The other thing I want to say is, I remember so clearly one of the women in the Creatively Fit coaching training, who is on the recovery journey, shared with me how, when she was going through her healing process in a group, how she was told, and forgive me if I don't use the right language, but she was basically taught to not listen to herself, to not trust her intuition, is the way she described it to me. And I felt this immediate, like, kind of collapsing. Like, I was so sad, because I understand how that can be true in moments. And for her, on the recovery side of the recovery journey, she was being called to trust her intuition. And so it pained me to imagine that there would be people, like, still not trusting themselves when you've moved out of that low vibration into the higher vibration. And I think that's such an important thing, because we're all being called right now to be authentic, to really live true to ourselves. And the only way to access that level of authenticity and that joy and personal power is in trusting yourself, right? So I'm just so grateful to have this container to offer.
Yeah, and I think of that also as it's working, it's training a muscle, because when we have been in active addiction, it's like every time we followed our, what we think is guiding us, it leads to tragedy. So, and I think that's where, like, having the community, having people to talk to, and tuning in, like, having these practices that really guide us, and then having somewhere to come and say, hey, I got this information and it's feeling right. And, having other women to really reflect back is just so powerful, because it feels like what the Unstoppable program for women in recovery, it's about, I mean, it's a feminine approach. It's that feminine energy. It's everything about just, being able to receive, and we're not pushing recovery, where it's like we're just getting into the flow of it. There's not a struggle. So
exactly. One of the principles of life, of healing, of problem solving, is to understand that the problem, say you don't like your job, right? So instead of focusing on how bad the job is and talking about the job, what you want to do is spend as much time and energy doing things that you love, that are in alignment. And then when you do that, again, what we talked about, the frequency of the job that you don't like, it will transform. I've heard this over and over again with things like this, which of course just replace job for relationship or addiction or anything. But the job transforms. You either get laid off, the whole job gets reorganized, like something shifts so that you either love the job or you have space to find a new one. So you don't focus on the problem, you focus on loving yourself unconditionally. You focus on creativity and possibility. And therefore you align with those things and attract more of that until there's no room left for the lower vibration. So I wanted to say, for some of you, your left brain's clicking away like, okay, what is this unstoppable dream for women in recovery? Process what is it? So the I Am the Unstoppable Dream online program for women in recovery is a 7-month program for which you also have lifetime access, but we've organized it in a 7-month format. And it is a journey to learn how to care for yourself as a vibrational being. So there's online content that's available 24/7. There are Zoom calls every month with Tammy and the collective, which are all recorded, that you have lifetime access to. So if you join now, a year from now, you can still be tapping into the community. You still have access to all of the content, and it can evolve and change with you. The content itself is reading, energetic work, meditation, as well as painting and creativity. And then Tammy has also brought in some of her personal magic to the Women in Recovery edition of I Am the Unstoppable Dream, of which there is also an I Am the Unstoppable Dream just for anyone and everyone. So know that as well.
Yeah, and actually, Whitney, we started off meeting monthly, but we meet weekly now because, yeah, it's such a support. So we're meeting weekly as long as everybody wants to. So that could change, but right now it's an ongoing. So it's truly a support community.
I love that, because so many people feel like with online programs, they sign up, and I mean, I know I've done it with online programs that don't have that kind of live aspect. They get filed away in the inbox and rarely do I visit it. So having the live aspect is huge. And I'm such a huge believer too in the power of the collective. Tammy has so much wisdom, professional training, like she is a master of this. And we learn so much better in a group, hearing from each other, learning from each other, and recognizing the unconditional love that you send to those in your group, and then realizing, I guess I deserve that as well.
And we hold each other accountable too, because it's one thing we learn these tools and we feel the energy of doing things a different way, and yet there's this gravitational pull to go back to the old way. So when we're in community, it's like, oh yeah, I have these tools, and I've got these women who I'm accountable to each week, because I mean, we really, it's really important to us that we all thrive and survive. So that part is, it's not just community, it's truly relationship building and helping us build relationships with ourselves too.
So powerful. Well, again, what I know for sure is that we learn through contrast. And the good news about that is that if you've experienced one side of the coin, right? So you've experienced addiction, you are meant to and will experience recovery. And that is a journey for the courageous. And you deserve all of your love and the universe's unconditional love, and really taking these very practical tools that you learn in this course and allowing them to realign you with the empowered, creative, wise woman that you are, is really exciting. So I invite you to click the link and explore the course. You will feel if it's right for you, or if you have a friend or a family member who is in recovery or wanting to be in recovery, forward this video to them. And thank you for spreading the love and the truth that we are here to learn. And there is no shame in learning the hard lessons. In fact, I believe you deserve the utmost honor and praise. And I thank you for being courageous and wrestling with the demons so that you can come out on the other side and illuminate for everyone the wisdom you gained there. Thank you, Tammy, for saying yes to doing this and all the ways that you're supporting so many women. It just feels so magical, and I'm very grateful.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing this teaching through, because it is magical, very powerful.
Okay, we hope to see you all soon, or leave a comment below. Bye.
Bye.